Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 7. Module 7 is the last essay module before the final, and so you're just going to be working on the last essay here. It is one module long, so we have just a few fewer things that we're doing in that process. You won't be doing a peer edit for this one. We are done with peer edits for the semester, but you do have a collaborative assignment to help you out a little bit. So it's just slightly different from what we've done for the other essays. So the last essay is a music video analysis, and a music video analysis essay is where you're going to take a music video and you're going to break it down into its parts in order to understand some of the choices that the artist made for the video. So a lot of students really like this assignment. The first thing you're going to do is read a little bit more about analysis. And the analysis readings come out of your Rules for Writers textbooks. We have a section on reading and writing about multimodal texts. That would be something that is more than just words. And so kind of how we can interpret or analyze something that's not just wording. And so it goes through, there's a little bit of a section here about that, and it gives you an example. I think their example is with using an advertisement. So it'd be like a stationary thing, but the same thing applies for something that's visual, that's moving in a video. The other thing that you're going to do is watch these two example videos, because these will be part of the quiz that you're going to take. So these are ones that I think are good examples of videos that work really well for this assignment. And so you're going to practice a little bit of the analysis in the quiz itself. So you'll be taking the quiz just like you've done before. You can take it multiple times, and then once you're done with that and you're pretty comfortable with what analysis is, you can start in on the essay assignment. So the essay itself is to pick a music video. It doesn't matter which one. I encourage students to go for a video that not only has a fairly clear message to it, but that also speaks to you in some way. So you want to pick something that feels a little bit more personal to you, because part of the assignment is to actually analyze the video's effect on you. So then you're going to kind of break down the video itself. You want to be thinking about what images do you see, what do you hear in the music itself, and then what are the lyrics that are being sung. And you may notice, and this happens quite often, is you listen to a song maybe on the radio and you have kind of one interpretation of what the video means or what the song means, but when you go watch the video, you realize that the artist's interpretation is maybe a little bit different from what you expected. And so those make good videos to really analyze, because it's the artist's interpretation or their production company's interpretation of what the song means. And so it's a little bit different sometimes. Your reflection is just your own opinion. We're not interested in what the artist intended. We're not interested in what other people think. So make sure you are limiting yourself to your own analysis. Analysis is, I think, kind of fun, because you're really just basing it on your own opinion, and you can't necessarily be wrong about it. We may watch the same video and have different interpretations, and that's fine. But also keep in mind that the challenge is really digging into it and trying to figure out, what do you think it means, and why, why did they come up with this idea? And so that question of why is sometimes hard to answer. So only your own analysis. You're not including additional examples. You do have a works cited page, but it's just the YouTube video, basically, which you looked at in order to write the essay. So you want to be including an actual works cited entry for your YouTube video. And then the bulk of the essay is really just looking at that analysis. What do things mean? I do have some topic ideas here. You don't have to pick off of it, but it's just a list that I've created over the years of different music videos that I think are good for analysis. And I try to include a wide variety. In general, I tell students you can use any music video. I really don't care. I'm not going to censor your music video choices or your song choices, but do keep in mind that you have to analyze it. So some music videos are kind of boring and they don't actually include very much, and so those are probably not the best to use. So the next thing that you're going to do is your pre-writing task. Instead of doing the brainstorm and free write like we've done before, you're welcome to do those on your own. By the way, I do encourage that. But instead of doing that and a peer review, we're just doing a discussion board. And this, I think, works really well for this assignment because a lot of students will come into this assignment kind of lost. And so if you can see what other people are planning on doing, then it can kind of help out a little bit. So you're just going to do basically answering questions about your music video to create a plan and to brainstorm. So we're doing those two skills that we've already practiced. And so the main thing you want to do is make sure that you're getting your music video in there. If you want to, the easiest way to put a music video in your essay is to click on, you go to YouTube, you find the video, you click share and embed, and then you can copy that embed code. And then when you go back in here and you hit reply, one of the tools you have in your toolbox is the embed code that you can put in there. And then when you hit that submit, then it will show up like that. You also copy and paste the URL. Let's see if I can do this. And then once you hit, I think once you kind of put a space after it, it makes it a link. And so then when you hit reply, it'll actually show up also like this. So there's two ways of doing it. And then once you're done of putting the video itself in there, make sure there is a link and it's accessible. Then you have 5 questions to answer. You can copy and paste the questions, or you can just number your answers. But I want full sentences answering the questions, just a little bit about, what are you looking at, what are you seeing, and then 2 responses. And the responses are just to help your classmates. What are some things that you noticed that maybe they didn't include yet, that kind of thing. So then I've got some other stuff. It's opening my link. There's a link to a page about music video theory that may or may not help you. It's some terminology that you might want. And then I've got the works cited entry for a YouTube video. And you can copy and paste this and use that. The main thing to remember with any works cited entry that you're doing in this class, if it's accessible online, you need to have an accessible link. So in this case, we want to make sure that you do have that URL in there and that it's accurate to the video. It's not just youtube.com. I've got some examples here as well. This is the one that I just posted on the discussion board. I've got 2 example essays and then the videos that go with them. And so you can see those if you want, just to see what other students have done and kind of how to format it and everything. And then some, reminder to use the writing lab if you want to. So then we're going through the same process that we've done for our other essays. You're going to do a draft, you're going to do a final draft, and then the post writing. So once you have gotten a good draft going, and I just give you kind of, again, that step-by-step, how do you go through it? Leave the errors in there, leave those squiggly lines because you want to be able to have something to improve. And so this is the stage where I don't want you using any AI or Grammarly or, try to turn off your automatic corrections through Word or whatever. And then once you're done, you've submitted your essay, you go into submission details, and then you go into view feedback, and then you provide yourself with some self-editing comments. So the easiest way to do that is to expand and then use the little bubble to leave yourself some feedback. So we've done this before. Some of you still aren't doing the feedback on your own essays, and so you're losing points on that. But just keep in mind you're going to be putting that in there, leaving yourself a few comments. And then once you're done with that, you wait a little bit, wait for me to go through and give you some feedback. If you need feedback right away, just send me an email. I'll try to get it done. But then you have your essay itself that you're going to do. So this is the final draft. Once you have made those corrections, look through, make sure that you got everything, submit your final draft, and then you do have that post-writing assignment, just like we've done before. So all of that should feel familiar to you. So that is the last essay assignment. If you have any questions as you're submitting or as you're doing any of the work, or like if you're not sure which music video to choose or whether or not you've picked a good one or whatever, just send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.